Okay, part 3. So far we're 10 minutes. Here's my brush. I'm going to wet it again. Leave it on my head. So that I can comb this through with the brush. So I want it to be wet, not dripping. It's really hard to do when it's dripping, but hopefully you can see some difference here. Well, some difference. Again, this is the part where it broke and it's acting kind of funny. And it's like right down in here for some reason. And if you look at my hair, probably can see some definition. Now, if you put it to your scalp, what this stuff also does, the gel, for whatever reason, I think I'm going to drape something across the door so that when I do the next rendition, maybe I'll just close the door. Let's try closing the door. So I want you to be able to see the back of my head. Closing the door. Closing the door. Say glare. Let's see. Not so much, but you can see the mirror. I don't know. Okay. See. And if it's too wet or too much product, I don't even know which one to say, wet or the product, whichever, it will sometimes give you straight ends. See this straight end there? Sometimes I do that, and I play with it. Just kind of play with it with your fingers. So let's go back here. Finger jig that. You see how it stretches your hair out? Some people actually like to pull their hair up and stretch it out. Now, other thing, my edges here and my hand, all around the edges. Stuff amazes me how it will smooth your edges out, and those little things that people like to call naps, they make them so smooth and curly and shiny. I declared for years and years that black people who have hair that draws up, or people like to call kinky or something, is really just hair that is tightly curled and dry. My aunts and everybody used to laugh at me when I said that. That was before they started coming out with products for us who have hair like that. And so, here it is now. You know, probably 10 years later, then we used to have all these fuss and arguments about stuff like that. Not necessarily my aunt, but my cousin and aunts, they all laugh at me. So, anyway, and my aunt probably still doesn't like my hair, but nevertheless, I do. So, see how I use the brush? It's really such a little section there. That's my other problem part of my hair. It's like right here and right here, but mostly on this side. That's my left side. My curl definition sometimes can go astray. Like, whether it's too much product or not enough product, I don't know. But this is wet and dripping on me a little bit. I'm trying to lean over to the sink. So, put it in there. Can you see this? Does it look smooth to you? I'm probably taking much longer because a lot of times I'm like rushing, doing my hair, and I'm like, bow, 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 bow. You know, you got it down to the science. You kind of know how to split this stuff up in your hair and be done with it. Wet my brush because I don't want it to be dry when I'm putting the product on, the gel. I say product because they say product so often when you're listening to people on YouTube. what amazes me about this stuff, that after it looks all curly like this, or coily, or whatever you like to, people like to call it, it stays that way. Now, I'm not sure also about these ends or something, is if as it gets longer, it's going to stretch out more and not be as tight and curly. Because I've heard a lot of people who have length say that whatever their one product was that they loved, they really made their hair curl up a lot or coil up a lot, whatever you like to call it. See, I'm putting it on, and I need to wet this because it's very dry. That product doesn't work as well as it used to work when their hair was shorter or was short. And actually, there are products that I used to use, I can identify with that actually do not work on my hair anymore. Like, I used to put it on my hair. Actually, the shampoo and conditioner, Tilia Wajid, that I used to use their, is a cream that they had, and I used to use the cream. And I don't use it anymore because it doesn't really curl my hair up anymore like it used to when my hair was shorter. Now, sometimes I just comb it back. I put quite a bit of the white stuff in there so I can kind of see some of those spots that look like I didn't brush it in good enough. But when you actually, yeah, I did put a little bit too much right there in that little area. But unless you get your hair totally soaking wet, I mean, usually that cream kind of blends in really, really well. You'd have to use way more than a little, this amount to make it do anything like make white spots. Okay, so I need to move faster because my husband, oh, I'm on 7 minutes. I have to stop, start again. My husband is almost ready here in these other showers.